So I wanted to just come on here really quick and talk about a topic that I've been wanting to discuss or just bring up because it's just been brought up over and over again. It's been coming up a lot and I really wanted to just talk about it. And as I think I already mentioned, I do not like making reels where I talk. I prefer to go live like this and then just have it post as a reel. So that's what I'm doing because it's just a lot more organic for me. It's easier. Hi, Sarah. So I wanted to just quickly talk about the concept of the higher self, because it's something that I think we hear all the time now, especially now that all this, mystical new age stuff is everywhere, right? So we hear those terms, and this is kind of a side topic, but I mean, really like inner child, I mean, even like, past life stuff, shadow work, higher self. Oh my gosh, I mean, there's so many, right? There's so many topics like that. And honestly, all of those titles, I'm not really a fan of. Well, I'm just being real about that. I really just don't, I just don't really resonate with them. I don't necessarily agree with them. And I think that a lot of those things as well are our attempt as humans to make sense of something that we just can't really understand. Right? So I think the higher self is kind of an extension of that, like what I was talking about. And it's funny because I just recorded a podcast episode that I'm going to release this week that does kind of touch on sort of what I'm going to speak about a little bit as well. But really, to me, it's a few things. It's funny because I had already been feeling this way and thinking about this. And then my mentor brought it up and confirmed it, or just, kind of said the same things that I was feeling about it. So I was like, oh my God, okay, I just need to talk about this because clearly it's just been, brought up and validated and shown to me to just share. But okay, like the idea of a higher self, right? I feel like in literal terms, or the way that we're often seen or shown it on the media, is this concept that the higher self is basically above us, somewhere high or far away, right? Or it's this higher piece of us that we can intentionally maybe go into a meditation and connect with and go up and travel to it to, gain access to knowledge, gain access to guidance, what we're really here to be doing, blah, 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 things like that, right? And there's a couple reasons I have a problem with this. Number one, to me, I really don't like anything, and so this kind of touches on the podcast episode that I just did, but it touches on anything to me that talks about the fact that we need to travel somewhere higher up to access the spirit world, to access ourselves, to access literally anything spiritual, right? To me, that's not true. It's not true. I believe that all of these dimensions, all of these things, they are all overlapping. They are all right on top of each other, okay? I don't think we have to travel anywhere necessarily. Travel in the sense, I think, our human brain, the way our human brain sees it, right? Because of course there's like astral travel, things like that, okay? But to me, that's more dimensional as opposed to I'm literally going somewhere far, far away, if that makes sense, right? So to me, the higher self, again, like that's, you don't have to go somewhere far away to access this energy, this feeling, right? And then the second thing about it to me is that it's saying that like the pure essence of who you are, the most wise, plugged in part of who you are is technically separate from you. Or separate from, or maybe not separate from you, but separate from your human existence. I think that's what it is that I don't like, right? That it's separate from where we're at, just who we are right now. And that's why I disagree with it. Because honestly, to me, I don't believe in the higher self. What I more believe in is that it's just our soul, which is right here. It's not above us. It's not somewhere else. It's not on another planet. It's literally right here in our body, existing, living life with us. And, maybe existing in other places, that's fine, but it's here, right now. And we don't have to go anywhere to get to that point. And to me, it's your soul. Your soul knows everything. It knows everything that you need to know about what you need in your life, about what your calling is, your path, whatever it is, whatever answers you're looking for, they're right in there. They're right there in your soul. And I think instead of seeing it as a higher self, I just say it's just my soul. What does my soul want? What is my soul telling me about this decision I need to make? What would feel the best to my soul when I think about the way I want my life to kind of unfold here in the next 6 months? Whatever it might be, right? These like common questions that I think we go to our higher self for guidance. That's something that I would just recommend or just try if maybe you haven't before. I think it might be an interesting shift, especially if you haven't done that before. But it's something that has really, something I've really cultivated over the past few years, honestly, of just that understanding and that belief. And I think it's from many different experiences that I've had thus far. But it's given me this ability to see that, sure, maybe our soul, I do think our soul is infinite. I think our soul is expansive and exists in many different forms, many different places, maybe all at once. Who knows? We don't have proof of this. We don't have a full understanding. I don't think we're meant to. Okay. It's not that it's not happening, but I just don't think we're ever going to be able to wrap our head around that as a human being, So to me, it's really much more simple than any of that. It's simple. So I say you just turn right in here when you want guidance and when you want to know your truth, because it's right there. So I would love to know your feedback on this, your opinion on this, if there's anything you'd like to add or share. But these are just things that I think I'm going to just continue to kind of do little discussions on, because these topics, like I said, they're everywhere. And I think they can get really confusing and can also make people feel like they have to really try super hard to access certain things or to accomplish certain things within their spiritual work, whatever their goal may be in that work, right? And it's really not true. And it's something that I'm very passionate about, showing my students that, hey, like, it doesn't need to be this complicated, right? It's really pretty simple. It's very easy to make it complicated, but honestly, you can make anything complicated. So that's really it, guys. I just wanted to kind of come on here and say that. I think one of the things that's actually kind of rewarding about doing this work for as long as you do, and just as a lifelong thing, your perspectives change on this stuff. I used to do all the higher self stuff quite a bit, and I really was all for it. And now I've really changed my mind. I just don't really vibe with it anymore. And it's even funny too, because even when I've done healings on people, I used to see what I considered their higher self working with me. And again, now that I look at it from this new kind of perspective, semi-new, I really see it as it was just their soul working with me, not their higher self. It was just them. And almost this, their soul's awareness being able to work with me as I am facilitating the healing. So yeah, I mean, again, I could probably talk about this much more, but I will continue to just do little discussions, podcast episodes, and so forth. So that's it. And I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will be back soon. All right. Bye.